Greetings and welcome back to Minecolonies Survival Multiplayer. I am going to do a little bit of talking while I try and get a couple things done here. So this is not perhaps overdue, but I did have at least one commenter who is a friend of mine, Sylvis Ruin, who was who's very big into modded Minecraft and was very excited to see me playing modded Minecraft after like 7 years. Just left me a whole bunch of comments and discussion about the mods in this pack, which I purposely did not address in too much detail because this is not going to be a modded Minecraft tutorial. I'm not really good at modded Minecraft. I don't really know what's what, and I'm not playing it for the mods per se. So as you do know, what you see these people walking around and building these buildings, this is the Minecolonies mod, and that is pretty much 80% of the reason I'm on this server. 20% are people like Jade and Bongo, who I've known for a little while and we're definitely interested in playing with. When I started playing Minecraft and thinking about doing a server for my friends, you may or may not know I had a server called rsmalec for quite a while. Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's going to chop down the tree. I'm just going to let him do that. And I did something called Out of This Realm, which was a server competition thing. I had this idea that I wanted the server to start in a bay, and in the bay would be a big ship, and everyone who was part of the experience, part of the server, had just come in on the ship and discovered a new land. And you had to build a colony, like a Jamestown kind of New Englandish settlement. That was going to be the whole theme. And there were going to be a bunch of rules, like you can't, when you chop down a tree, you have to leave the stump at the bottom until you get enough horses, and then you can start removing the stumps, like pulling the stumps out of the ground. And there were going to be like different rules like that. Like you could go into iron armor, but you couldn't make gold armor or diamond armor until like perhaps certain things happened. There was going to be no magic, no enchanting tables, whatever. One of the reasons that I didn't do that was because I couldn't really control the rules of the game, and I didn't want to limit the players with artificial rules. And so yeah, basically, I've always wanted to do, like, I've always been fascinated with early explorers and Lewis and Clark and Natty Bumppo and Little House on the Prairie and Pioneer Days and all that stuff. And so when I saw this mod, I thought, this is it for me. This is what I want to do. And really cool set of mods. But I am not a modded Minecraft player, and what I mean by that is I enjoy the mods. I enjoy the aesthetics of the mods. I like the additional creatures. I love Mo creatures. I like new animals and plants and flowers and all that kind of stuff. I could care less about all of the redstone and computers and the fancy industrial stuff. Oh, why did I do that? I wanted an axe. But I'm not. So I'm playing this modded Minecraft for some of the aesthetics, and I'm not looking up these mods in advance. I have no desire to ever do immersive engineering or whatever else is in this pack. I'm going to try to stay away from industrial and sci-fi stuff. Like, I'm probably not going to make laser guns. That may change. but I'm probably not going to make laser guns. And I'm going to try to avoid the nether and the end for the most part, because this is colonial. No, it's not America, but it's like my version of colonial America, and it's not supposed to be scientific. I mean, I have a freaking ship. Yes, I fly around on a hot air balloon, but you know, it's modified anyway. So I really I want to. So my plans are to max out these mine colonies buildings, and I've got a couple other things I haven't even started yet, because I'm like a collector also, and so I like to collect things, and what I'm collecting here is the mine colonies building. I'm like a completionist, that's what I meant to say. And then I'm not going to bother to redecorate any of these interiors, because once they get upgraded, they'll get all chopped apart. But once they are fully upgraded, then I will go in and then redecorate them and fix things like missing back walls and such. Oh, look at this farm is coming along nicely. But I don't look things up unless, like, okay, I will tell you, I saw something. So I'm really actually happy that some of my YouTube Minecraft idols or favorite YouTubers have also come back to the game completely coincidentally, completely at the same time. And so Generic B and Paul Soares Jr., because they like to role play while they do Minecraft, and they're funny. They're really good at playing characters, in my opinion. And so I like to watch them, and they both came back and are starting to play again, and so it's all happy. So anyway, so I'm playing this, and that is kind of my intentions for this. It's not going to be based on the mods. I'm just going to use the mods that are fun. Oh yeah, that's what I meant to say. So I was watching Generic B's LP, and I saw him use an item called a golden lasso. And the golden lasso allows you to capture NPC mobs, and then it allows you to capture NPC mobs and then place them wherever you want, which is like, you know, I was capturing, with my traps, I was capturing mobs and flying them here on my bee. So I was like, oh, how do I make a golden lasso? And I looked it up, and I know how to make it. And I'm thinking about possibly making one for here, but I'm not going to tell you why or what I plan to do with it. So if I do see things in other people's videos, and there's a couple things I've seen in other people's videos that I want to make. Yeah, I'm working on it. But I have not made them yet, and I will at some point make them. He said 56, right? Okay, so let's talk about the mods that are in this. There's the Direwolf 20 mod pack for FTB, which is Feed the Beast. It's 1.11, but it's actually version 1.10.2, which is kind of weird, but whatever. I don't know all the mods that are in it. I mean, you can Google it yourself and figure out what's good and all that stuff. It's not my thing. I'm just playing it because it's here. I like Journey Map. It's a little bit OP, but that's okay. I really like some of the quality of life stuff, like being able to just right-click and harvest and plant seeds. I think that's the forestry mod that lets you do that. I'm not even sure. So there's a bunch of stuff in that pack. There's like a ton of mods in that pack, and many that I don't ever want to use. Then we added Davinci's Vessels and Minecolony. I've talked about those. We added something called Steve's Carts, which I haven't played with, but I get the idea that it is ways to customize and build minecarts. So I do have some ideas of how I might want to use that. But as of this moment, I have not messed around with Steve's Carts. And then Minecraft Comes Alive is other NPC villages that you can befriend people. Oh, I know what I was going to do. you can befriend people and you can try to marry them and stuff. And there's a lot of YouTubers playing with that right now. I haven't started. So this also has Mr. Crayfish's furniture mod installed in this, which I have not used a lot of the furniture yet, but I will show you one thing that I created because I thought it looked cool. And again, I see something that looks cool and I decide I'm going to make it. And I get distracted by chopping a tree, which I kind of like the fact that it grew here, but I don't like the fact that it's blocking this path a little bit more than I wanted it to. I wanted a slightly smaller tree. So over here is a Mr. Crayfish's furniture bird bath. And I just thought it was cool looking, so I made it. Okay, and then we also have roguelike dungeons. You saw me very briefly in a couple dungeons having some fun with dungeoneering. I will spend more time in them later, and in fact, one thing that I really need to do is upgrade my levels. I need to get to level 14 because there's a Silk Touch book available in my enchanting table if it hasn't been reset by now. Alright, so I think that's what I meant to cover. Oh, the farm is finished. Nice. So you can definitely tell me... Okay, he's going to upgrade the mining thing. That shouldn't wipe anything out. You can tell me what I'm doing wrong in mods. You can tell me what I'm doing right. You can make suggestions. I will happily read them in the comments. But I'm not playing this for, like, the most awesome things. Now, I did see Bongo chop down the bottom of a tree. And chopping down the bottom of the tree caused the whole tree to fall without having to chop the whole thing down. I thought that was super cool. But I don't know what he was using for that. I think it's a forestry axe of some kind, but I don't know. And so eventually I will figure it out because that is a very cool quality of life improvement. But for the most part, I'm not going to know the good stuff to use. And I just rearranged all of my storage into here, which is working a heck of a lot better, by the way. Oh, in fact, I think I have black wool. And working better in terms of my delivery man is gathering stuff from around the map and then giving it to the person who needs it. And so that's been working out really nicely. And I've been able to build stuff a lot quicker. Okay, so are you done patrolling? Do you see something that you like? I don't... Oh. Okay, sorry. The reason that I have a guard, by the way... Oh, I'll show you the reason that I have a guard. And I didn't realize this for a long time. Overall happiness is 1.0. Oh, I thought that would have gone up. So there's some sort of rating, the ratio of NPCs to guards. And if it goes below a certain thing, they will become unhappy and they don't feel safe. And we want our nice villagers to feel safe in our colony. So that's why I made a guard. But that will change soon. You will see what I mean by that. All right, so I'm just going to play for a bit, and I'll show you something interesting next. All right, so I kind of wanted to put this in the miner's place or in the builder's hut, but they're both taking a bit too long to upgrade. So I think I'm just going to build this right out here in this empty space that I haven't really been sure what I wanted to do with. And what this is a 3 by 3 by 3 piece of coke bricks. Not a piece of coke bricks, but coke bricks. And I'm going to put a little decoration on top because that's how I roll. And you probably, if you're familiar with these mods, you already know what this is going to be for. But I am pretty excited about this. And then I'm going to take my engineer's hammer and book. I now have a coke oven. Oh, and what did I do with my coal? I need coal. And I need to put a bucket in there, and I need to put coke coal in there. And it's going to slowly, very slowly, turn this coal into, I think it's like coke ash or something. And it's going to fill this bucket up with something called creosote oil, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. Ta-da! There we go. I used my creosote oil and mixed it with wood to make treated wood, which I used to make a windmill. I think that is an amazing colonial style addition to this colony. I think that looks fantastic. I love it. Now, I've gotten some reports of pirates in the sea to the south of my island. So today, we're going to go check it out. And I'm not going to take the bumblebee, the beeswax. Thar she blows. If that ain't a pirate ship, I don't know what is. But I have a plan to deal with this pirate ship. Now, I believe that the pirates on this ship are going to be vicious, and they will attack me if I set foot on the ship whatsoever. But there's one thing that these pirates didn't count on, and that is my ingenuity. So, I'm going to go around to the back. Yeah, I think this is a good spot here. And we're going to place 2 pieces of wood. Actually, we're going to place 1 more piece of wood. And we're going to pretend this is the rudder of the pirate ship, right? So we'll just put this down here. We're giving them a rudder. And in fact, we're going to call this the pirated exclamation mark. We're going to assemble and mount the ship. And let's start moving the ship. Oh, we can't move the ship. Why is that? Uh-oh. The ship is actually stuck, or was stuck, on all of the pirates who are now in the water under the ship. Because it wasn't the best angle to see what happened, but I turned the ship into a giant entity, and all of the mobs that were on the entity fell down through the entity into the water. AKA, I made them all walk the plank. So now all those skeletons fell down underneath the ship, and the ship is mine to plunder without any risk to my neck. Ooh. Ooh. I like this plunder, but that's not what I'm here looking for. Oh, I'll take those. I'll take these. I'll leave the cobwebbers. I got plenty of raw salmon. Still not quite what I'm looking for. This whole ship is full of guns. Ooh, I'll definitely take that. I'll take that. I'll take this. Why not? Take that. Thank you very much, pirates, for your donation to the colony. We'll leave the beds. Ah, that's what I was looking for. Now I'm the Pirate King.
The still floats in his dam, and the weaver still hangs in his yarn, and the little tailor goes skipping through hell with the broadcloth under his arm, with the broadcloth under his arm, with the broadcloth under his arm, and the little tailor goes skipping through hell with the broadcloth under his arm.